dear students, relatives, and other supporters of the students, dear colleagues. My name is Mark van der Brandt, and I'm the Educational Director of the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science. It's a pleasure to welcome you and the candidates for this graduation event. I am very happy that we can celebrate this event together on our campus. As a department, we are proud of the fact that today these students will receive their degree of Master of Science. This has been the result of hard work. We offered our students a rich variety of high-level courses given by excellent teachers and a challenging graduation project. These ingredients have prepared all our graduates well for their future career. Candidates, I sincerely hope that you enjoyed our university and our challenging educational program. The Examination Committee for Data Science and Artificial Intelligence has assessed the work of the following candidates: Ruben Brinkman, Joël Bink, Jonas Niederle, Pim Rietjens, Anvita Tirtapura Srihara, Sverre van Mulken, Shihan Zhu, Kahitkan Zuman. The Examination Committee for Data Science and Engineering has assessed the work of the following candidates: Tiam Wai, Chua, Maria Isabella Manulaki Sempagillos, Dennis Marinissen, Paola Franken. The Examination Committee for Embedded Systems has assessed the work of the following candidates: Nix Hamilton James, Bas Beuting, Dirk Brouwers. Dear candidates, Masters of Science, you have all passed your examination and therefore you will be conferred your degree of Master of Data Science and Artificial Intelligence, Data Science in Engineering, and Embedded Systems. This degree entitles you to use the titles of Master of Science and Ingenieur. Our program highly values personal contact between lecturers and students. Therefore, I will invite our students to come forward one by one to be congratulated personally by your graduation supervisor. And unfortunately, the first person to be addressed of the student is not here, so I will skip that. And the second person, Joël Bink, can you come forward, please? Let me give you your diploma. Congratulations. Let's see whether this works. Oops.
Dear graduate students, faculty members, dear all. As today we celebrate the achievements of a great group of students, I would like to take a few seconds and focus on one particular person, Joël. Joël did master thesis with me on large language models and how they actually influence our life. And I must say that working with Joël was a pure pleasure. She was a very hardworking person in a very positive way. She always came prepared for our meetings with a deck of slides, which is quite remarkable. And she was always cheerful. Our meetings, at least from my perspective, were always interesting, nice, easygoing. It was really a great pleasure to work with her. And she did an internship, and her supervisors from Accenture, they were always very happy about her work and collaborating with their peers. That only strengthens the greatness of Joël, actually. And I must say that I would love to have more students like Joël. I wish I have more students like Joël. And I want you all to achieve everything you want in your life. I'm pretty sure that you will do. You are a fantastic person. And simply, I would like to say thank you. Cheers and all best of luck to you and everyone in the cohort of graduate students.
Then I would like to invite Jonas.
Jonas, I will address you on behalf of Vladimir Minkowski, your supervisor, who couldn't come to the ceremony, but he should be on time to come right after it and congratulate you with some cold warm drinks. I'll read his speech on his behalf. Dear Jonas, congratulations on your graduation. You graduated with cum laude distinction. Very well done. And the focus of your project was improving the means of genetic sequencing or measuring the content of genetic materials. Such measurements are key to understanding the human cell behavior and create opportunities for new treatments and avoiding disease. Specifically, you worked on simulating a device, the nanopore, I hope I pronounced it correctly, that can measure the sequence of a single strand of DNA. A key component in this nanopore device is the algorithm for processes the measurements. Your work was on developing a digital facsimile of nanopore that can generate simulated data. This data can then be used to improve the algorithms that process nanopore data and in turn improve the measurement technology. The project was not that easy. Biological data is real world and it is messy. And this is likely like many other aspects of the real world. Working with this data and with the technological challenges in this project created a lot of uncertainty, particularly in the beginning. This is a significant challenge for many master physics graduation projects. Up to this point, in your studies, you are in large part told what to do and what is expected. However, in the graduation project, things change. Goals are more ambiguous, less well-defined, and the path forward is far from well-established. This was not easy for you. You had so many questions and expected answers for all of them. Some answers I could give, but not all. Presumably, this was not the most pleasant of experiences. Nevertheless, you had the perseverance to push forward with your work and overcome many obstacles on your way. Finally, you achieved a successful model that performs really well, and we are happy with. Your results are now in the process of being published and may make an impact to the state of the art. Moreover, I believe this project also had an impact on you. You learned new skills, as well as all of you grow to your confidence in your abilities. Congratulations again, such a big success. I wish you a lot of success in your future.
Then I would like to invite Pim.
Ja. Gestalt, dat Duitse woord in die titel, hebben we eigenlijk niet echt een goed woord voor in het Nederlands. Als een combinatie meer waard is dan de som van de individuen, dan is gestalt dat stukje wat je extra krijgt. Je ziet dat vaak in de sportwereld. Spelers die in een eentje misschien maar zo zijn, maar die in een combinatie, in de juiste combinatie, boven zichzelf uitstijgen. Noem bijvoorbeeld maar eens een individuele Griek op die in 2004 dat EK voetbal heeft weten te winnen. Toch wint dat team dan wel het toernooi. Nou, dat concept heeft Pim onderzoek gedaan. Kunnen wij nou omstandigheden vinden waarin combinaties beter presteren dan je op basis van individuele prestaties zou verwachten? Nou, na een x-aantal maanden onderzoek heeft Pim erop het antwoord gevonden en het antwoord is ja. Een uitdaging hierbij is om voldoende data te vinden van sporten die zich voor zo'n analyse lenen. Pim's eigen sport, tennis, is hiervoor niet zo geschikt. Je staat altijd maar met vrij weinig mensen tegelijk op de baan. Maar ook tussen teamsporten is er een schifting te maken. Tussen bijvoorbeeld voetbal, basketbal en ijshockey, waar het hele team verantwoordelijk is voor de aanval en de verdediging. En aan de andere kant bijvoorbeeld korfbal en American football, waar verdediging en aanval strikt gescheiden zijn. En het aardige aan dit project is dat Pim analyses heeft ontwikkeld die de normaal stevig van elkaar gescheiden werelden van voetbal en Magic the Gathering weten te overbruggen. Beste Pim, merci dat je dit onderzoek een stevige duw in de juiste richting hebt weten te geven. Ik heb het heel plezierig gevonden om je hierbij te mogen begeleiden en ik wens je alle succes in je verdere carrière.
I would like to invite Anvita.
Dear Anvita, I will address you on behalf of Joachim van Schoren. He couldn't come today to the ceremony, and he prepared a speech for you. Dear Anvita, congratulations on getting your degree. I'm very sorry I can't be here, but I hope that you are enjoying this special day. I also very much enjoyed working with you on your thesis. You were always very thorough and precise, not afraid to think outside the box, and always eager to learn new things to realize your goals. This is also clear in your thesis, which is on the topic of automating machine learning on time series data. And short introduction for the audience. AI, and particularly deep learning, is often used to analyze time series data. The challenge here is that we don't really know which are the best neural networks for this kind of data. This requires a lot of trial and error, since we don't yet know the exact best architectures for a given data set. And we developed a new way to find the best architectures very efficiently. She worked very closely with researchers at Amazon Research, which has proven to be fruitful collaboration. What I remember most of all is that you are very self-driven. Once given a clear goal, you quickly came up with new results and also deeply understood new techniques and used them in novel ways. Your thesis work was very detailed and with extensive experiments. We will be following up on this work in our lab and think that it is very promising. I am fully expecting to hear many more great things from you and hope we will stay in touch. Congratulations.
Then I would like to call forward Sverre.
Dear Sir Barry Van Malken, I want to take a moment to extend my warmest congratulations on your remarkable achievement of earning your master's degree. Today, as a supervisor of your thesis project, I'm filled with immense pride. Throughout your time working on your thesis, you have demonstrated great dedication and a thirst for knowledge. Your commitment to your studies and your passion for your field of study has set you apart. You are proactive and you work very hard. Your thesis, which explores training strategies for deep reinforcement learning in card games, is a shining example of your intelligence. Your research aims to explore new training strategies to enhance the reinforcement learning agents, which is novel and very challenging. I remember how you always actively scheduled meetings, provided new results, and engaged in discussions with us. I feel very glad and happy to have worked with you. I can see your proactivity and hard work. Remember that the skills and insights you've gained during your master's program are just the beginning of a promising future. Continue to embrace challenges, seek innovative solutions, and never stop learning. I have no doubt that your journey ahead will be filled with even more achievements. Once again, congratulations on the well-deserved accomplishment. I believe that you will continue to be successful in the future.
Then I would like to invite Shihan.
Dear Xian, congratulations with your diploma. It's a pleasure for me to be able to give you the diploma today. Xian worked on domain shifts, recognizing domain shifts from image segmentation models or complex models that try to segment elements from images. So these are very common models. You have models and you try to detect objects and make segmentations from them. The thing is that these models are rather complex. You need a lot of data also to be able to train these models. What happens often is that you train these models with synthetic data sets. The process then is that when you deploy these models in reality with real data, there might be some biases on the models, and it's not so straightforward how to identify what biases are there. For example, your synthetic data might be very good on detecting streets in a specific characteristics that then in your model are in some other characteristics, and then they are defined as cars. To do that, she used visualization, visual analytics, and she developed a dashboard. We cannot see it here, but there are all kinds of views in which you try to look at the data and the models from different perspectives such that you can identify these biases. These biases are not often known in advance, so this is why you put the human in the loop to try to interact with them. And they involve many different elements and features like dimensionality reduction, and then also how to do good design and interaction with the models. We have, it's a very multidisciplinary kind of project because you also have to deep into machine learning, so in having also the models to test, and we had to be careful that we didn't end up trying to produce the best model to do segmentation rather than doing the visual analytics model behind it. So you did very good. You have a very nice results of the dashboard and really showed also in experiments that really helps to identify some biases on the data. Working with you was very nice. You are a very quiet, shy person, very well structured, which really helps when you are doing a master thesis. But also the fact of being so structured gives you some issues when you have to deal with uncertainties, which your master project carries with. I think at some point you also got the grip of it and were able to also develop and flourish with doing your project. With that, I want to thank you. I want to congratulate you once more, and I wish you the best for the future. Congratulations.
Then I would like to invite Kahit Khan.
Dear Kahichan, I will address you on behalf of Yulan Pai, who is currently outside of the country. Congratulations on your successful completion of your master studies and master thesis. I am thrilled to celebrate your success in tackling the challenging and significant research topic during your time with the data mining group. Your dedication and hard work have truly paid off. You chose the problem of explainability in multimodal sarcasm detection, which aims at determine and explain whether a social media post containing both text and images is sarcastic or non-sarcastic. This problem is not only complex in research, but also crucial in various industries where identifying sarcasm in social media can significantly impact online social networks. Your exploration of this subject matter showcased your commitment to solving real-world problems and your passion for advancing the field of data analytics. The detection of sarcasm in social networks is critical to better understanding the opinions and behavior of online communities, but less people focus on the detection of multimodal sarcasm, which is more practical in modern social networks. In addition, how to explain the sarcasm detection results remain a question. Your research contributed a novel framework integrating prediction using machine learning models and explainable AI. Your work significantly advances our understanding of multimodal sarcasm. Moreover, your willingness to seek guidance whenever necessary didn't go unnoticed. You showed a keen interest in understanding the key concept of natural language processing and corresponding explainable AI techniques, conducting comprehensive comparison experiments and proposing practical solutions. The execution of your graduation project was not very smooth at the beginning due to limits in computational resources as one of the bottlenecks. However, you demonstrated high level of independence and self-motivation throughout the project to get it sorted out. You solved all the practical challenges and achieved very good results. Congratulations again on successfully completing your project. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Then I would like to invite Tian Wai.
Dear Tian Wai, congratulations with your diploma. You can be really proud. I think we can say that you are not the typical student that we have at this university. You are maybe a bit older than the average, and you already have a family and a kid, which I'm very glad to see in the audience, especially your son that I heard so much about, but I didn't have the pleasure to meet yet. This is also not your first diploma, so you already have a master's in mechanical engineering, if I am correct. And if I understand, I understood you right, you were looking into maybe getting also another master. So I think we can say that you like to be a student and you like to keep learning things. Your master project was related to what is called neural radiance fields, NERVs. So this is a recent AI, we can call it AI development, in which when you take one image or two images, and for that, from there, you can make full 3D reconstructions of the objects that are represented in these images. This has had a very large popularity in literature, and there have been many, many NERVs papers in the last years. So this technique has a lot of workings that are not well understood yet, the inner working, and one of the things you work on is trying to understand the uncertainty or trying to help designers that can identify the uncertainty that the model has when it's generating this 3D generation. So for example, identifying areas of the scene that the model had more trouble trying to resolve compared to others, or maybe when you are rotating the image that there were views that the model had more problems with than others. So you try to develop again a visual analytics technique with different views and looking at different aspects such that the users could understand what are the uncertainties of the model, try to be able to adjust or predict how the model will behave with the different scenes. You had to learn quite a lot for this project because it's not just the nerves themselves, which are not an easy subject as a technique, also the uncertainty on top of it, but also there are basic computer graphics methods because we are talking about 3D scenes that need to be rendered and visualized, which also you need to learn. You develop a very good solution, a very good implementation that worked very well, and we are looking into actually making a paper out of the work you develop. There were many challenges from theoretical to practical, as I already said. Congratulations once more, also not just from me, but also from Kirsten and Nicola, who also were involved in your supervision. I wish you the best in your next steps in your career, whatever they will be, if it's learning another study or having a job. Congrats.
Then I would like to invite Maria Isabella.
Dear Isabella, congratulations with successful completion of your studies. You worked on very exciting problem, societally very challenging, societally very relevant, and academically quite challenging. So many of you heard about AI, generative AI, and progress, amazing progress it makes in many applications. So some are academic, some are scientific, some are fun. So you're aware of many applications that allow to generate realistic images, videos, and then some of those can be used for fun or for some good applications. Others, like deepfakes, can be used for different types of harm. And well, this is one of the key aspects of your study, how to understand deepfakes, how they are generated, and how to detect them. In the current state of the art, lots of work has been done already on detecting deepfakes in image and video data, much less so in audio deepfakes. And this is where your passion was, and you studied a lot what the current state of the art is, to what extent it's easy or hard to generate realistic deepfakes of voice or someone's speech, and how easy to detect it, and then, let's say, how uniform or how homogeneous it is across different subpopulations, accent, genders, and so on and so forth. And it was not so easy to find the exact problem formulation, partially because for both of us it was a new territory. We didn't know what is currently possible, what is not, and what kind of study would be feasible. And actually it's not surprising that your work navigated towards studying how to make such studies feasible. And one of the goals was to construct a benchmark which would allow many other researchers to study how to generate realistic audio deepfakes and how to detect them. And you had to go over many design choices, how to decide what a representative benchmark would be, to what extent we would target mostly, let's say, laboratory settings when we don't, or we factor out noise and many other challenges of real-world settings, or we try to probe and inject some of those into research. You did really a lot of work on this subject, which resulted in a nice representative benchmark. You also studied it as a use case and then saw what current solutions can achieve or cannot achieve and what would be possible directions to move forward. I'm super happy about the results you achieved. I think they certainly worth to be published. And I'm not sure if your future job allows you to do that. And let's see what future holds. I would be certainly willing to collaborate and work with you together. So at the end, I also would like to mention that It was a real pleasure to work with you. You are a very open-minded person. You may appear to be modest and not talk too much, especially during the first meetings. But it's really easy to see how talented you are and how hardworking you are and how much energy you put in anything you commit to do. So once again, congratulations and best wishes for the future.
Then I would like to invite Dennis.
Dennis, congratulations again on your successful completion. I just realized that I said it more than a year ago. So in this regard, I was a little bit surprised and very positively surprised to see your name on the list of this graduation ceremony. So I'm very happy to congratulate you again on behalf of the whole supervisory team. You decided to do your work at Lightyear, a company that specializes in quite a few things related to computer vision and various applications. You work together with Stein and Wouter from Lightyear, and they closely supervised your work from the company perspective. And on our side, Steven Diaz was heavily involved as your daily supervisor. He's currently back to Brazil, so he couldn't come here to congratulate you. You worked on a very interesting topic, which is about traffic sign recognition using guns. And on the one hand, this is a very well-defined problem. And these days, it's not uncommon to see it as an assignment in a course on machine learning and deep learning in a bachelor course or in a master course. And you took it for a master level thesis. So someone say, oh, well, but isn't it a well-established and well-known problem? But of course, the huge difference in your case was that you actually didn't do it as an exercise. You really tried to develop a real-world solution that could be used in practice. And this is where real challenges start coming in. And there are many, many dimensions of those. And you chose to focus on one particular challenge, how to recognize traffic signs when there is occlusion due to, well, various aspects. It can be bad weather conditions or some dirt on a sign, but could be many other reasons, including adversarial settings, why occlusion might happen. In your work, you were very methodical and thorough, and you put a lot of hard work into the thesis, analyzing different types of models and running lots and lots of experiments. It was also not hard to get a realistic benchmark, so you also worked hard on constructing one, and it's also a good achievement on itself, like how to develop a well-represented benchmark to facilitate research of your own and many others who would follow. So all in all, everyone was happy, and the whole supervisory team was always highly positive about your thoroughness and how much effort you put into the thesis. Congratulations with this achievement, and good luck for future steps.
Next, I would like to invite Paolo.
Yeah, once again, congratulations. Well done. I'm really happy to see you here. I'll tell you about your research, but I'm telling you about the journey, right? Okay. And it's kind of we always think, okay, this academic journey for people that's outside is like may look like a train travel where you enter like the bachelor station and leave at the job station. Who is inside the academia know that's not like that. It's more like a roller coaster with our ups and downs, sometimes too much downs. And this is a problem because it is harder than we think. In one of these downs, right, you decide to be my student, right, and came into my office, I remember, and she, it's a fully capable candidate, right? The issue is that, he needs a little bit more confidence in what he was doing, and then we start working as usual. We start designing our product, trying to discover what we do, and then we have, again, ups and downs, trying to discover more difficult things, and then start working on a very complex problem of explainable AI. So how can we get multiple models and try to make sense and explain what's going on? So it's easy to say, but in practice it's more complex than we may think. And at some point, it was always very easy to interact with you, talk to you, discuss with you. And then, through this process, start climbing your roller coaster. And at some point, I think there is this click, and you just came into my office and say, I'm good on this, right? So I say, okay, nice, right? And say, well, now I think it's going to happen. And then at the next week, you came again and say, I have a plan. And say, okay, and what's your plan? Okay, I want to graduate before the end of the year. And say, wow, it will be tough. You did it, right? You did it. With all the complexity involved, you did it. I don't know if you realize you're quite different student that left the university compared to the student that start the master's, right? You're quite more capable. You are so different that even the graduate committee, right? So the defense committee ask you to tone down your claims because you're exaggerating at some point, being superlative. This is a unique thing, right? But that's I was not worried. I was glad indeed, because this is part of the process of what we do at the university, right? So trying to help. So if in any time you are in a down again, because life is a roller coaster anyway, right? So remember that you did, right? And you did quite well your project in a very complex environment. So again, congratulations, and very happy to see you.
Next, I would like to invite Nick.
Dear Nick, dear Engineer Hamilton James Nick, it is my privilege to acknowledge your master's degree today. I think a bit more than a year ago, we were sitting together with Kees and Martijn, defining a graduation project together around a robotic rover that you can see here in the picture that could self-localize itself and move in the environment safely, reliably, despite errors that could occur in the sensory system. You got acquainted with several sensory systems, event-based cameras, neural network models, and you came up in the end with a framework for sensory fusion, with the ultimate goal of solving the complicated problem of robot self-localizations in space. In fact, the title of your thesis was finally Sensory Fusion Framework for Rover Localizations. You embarked in this challenge energetically, but soon you experienced problems that were really hard to solve. You soon understood that modern robotic systems rely heavily on correct sensor data, and even if one of these sensors is unreliable, neither the system will be. Nevertheless, you decided to pursue your goal of making a reliable self-localization framework that could show how reliable a sensor is by using a mathematical trick of the covariance matrices, and you indeed mostly succeeded in doing in your goal. In the end, in simulations, you showed that with the robot operative system framework, yet another set of tools that you had to learn, you demonstrated your methodology and approach validity using absolute error measurements. You delivered a well-written thesis and you graduated on time. Nick, you have been working very hard for this, even in tough personal times. And you're a very enjoyable person to work with. And I appreciated the technical discussion with you, with Kees, with Martijn. It was very pleasant to work with you. Nevertheless, I think it's now time for you to move on and face your new challenges ahead of times. I'm confident that you will succeed in your future career, and I just want to congratulate you for the very well achievement. Well done.
Then I would like to invite Bas. Beste Bas, van harte gefeliciteerd met je behaalde diploma. Ik kijk met veel plezier terug op je afstuderen. Het was een waar genoegen om met jou te mogen samenwerken. En dit heb ik te danken aan je vader. Benno mailde mij ongeveer een jaar geleden met de vraag of ik een afstudeerbegeleider wist op het gebied van Model-Driven Software Engineering en domeinspecifieke talen. In de mail beschreef hij kort wat de opdracht was. En ik dacht van, hé, dat is een leuke uitdaging. Ik wil wel als jouw begeleider optreden. Nou, waar heb jij aan gewerkt? Je hebt gewerkt aan het reverse engineeren van PLC-code. Nou, wat is PLC-code? Dat is een vrij laag niveau programmeertaal, een soort van assembler, wat in de industrie heel veel gebruikt wordt om bijvoorbeeld machines aan te sturen of om sorteerrobots aan te sturen, etc. En de uitdaging daarbij is, hoe kunnen we dus PLC-code omzetten naar Cordis-modellen. En Cordis-modellen worden ontwikkeld in het bedrijf Cordis. En jouw vader is volgens mij initiatiefnemer van dat bedrijf, of de baas van dat bedrijf. Nou, Cordis-modellen zijn hoogniveau UML-modellen van waaruit code gegenereerd kan worden. C-code, C-sharp-code, maar ook PLC-code. En het idee was om de oude PLC-code te reverse engineeren, te verbeteren en dan weer opnieuw code te genereren. Of PLC-code of C-code. Dit was een opdracht die samen met Capgemini Engineering, die eigenlijk geformuleerd was door Capgemini Engineering. En de uitdaging bleek uiteindelijk te zitten in het verkrijgen van de juiste PLC-code. En wij, naïef als we waren, dachten dat heeft Cap wel op de plank liggen. Maar dat was jammer genoeg niet het geval. Jij was creatief genoeg, plaatste een berichtje op LinkedIn en op andere social media kanalen om dus PLC-code te krijgen. En ja hoor, ik was heel sceptisch, ik denk dat gaat nooit werken. Maar jij wist inderdaad een aantal bedrijven en instellingen te overtuigen van het feit dat ze hun PLC-code aan jou ter beschikking moesten stellen. En dat was eigenlijk een erg mooi tussenresultaat, want daarmee kon jij verder. Je had ondertussen trouwens niet stilgezeten. Je had gekeken van wat voor technieken kunnen we gebruiken om PLC-code te parseren en om daar patronen in te herkennen en om die dan om te zetten naar het interne Cordis-formaat. Je hebt een hele toolchain ontwikkeld om dat voor elkaar te krijgen en gevalideerd. Maar wat eigenlijk misschien wel het mooiste resultaat van je afstuderen is, dat je niet alleen maar die toolchain ontwikkeld hebt om die PLC-code te reverse engineeren, maar ook gekeken hebt of de modellen die je dus opnieuw genereert, of die semantisch gelijk zijn aan de modellen waarmee je gestart bent. En daarvoor heb je dus de Axini toolset gebruikt, een systeem om dus modelgestuurd te testen. En je hebt eigenlijk alles mooi aan elkaar geknoopt. En nou ja, wat mij betreft was het echt wel een mooie kers op de taart, waarmee je dus in feite aantoont dat modellen die je dus reverse engineert gelijk zijn aan de modellen, aan de gegenereerde modellen. Dat heb je allemaal in een mooie scriptie beschreven. Al moet ik zeggen dat het lezen van die scriptie voor mij af en toe wel een uitdaging was. Want je wist wel termen te gebruiken waar zowel Niels, die begeleidde vanuit Capgemini, als ik zelf het woordenboek wel eens voor moest pakken om te kijken van wat betekent dat nu precies. Maar het is dan ook niet verwonderlijk dat je voor je scriptie een heel mooi cijfer hebt gekregen. Ik wil je nogmaals feliciteren, maar ook bedanken met de zeer prettige samenwerking. En deze is trouwens nog niet ten einde, want we zijn bezig om het werk ook in een paper te gieten. Dus nou, daar zit nog wel wat, we zullen in die zin nog wel samen verder moeten om dat paper af te krijgen. Ik wil ook sowieso jouw vader bedanken voor deze mooie opdracht, maar ook Niels Brouwers vanuit Capgemini Engineering voor de begeleiding vanuit Cap. Nogmaals gefeliciteerd. And finally, I would like to invite Dirk.
Dear Dirk, I know you expected Jeroen to be here. He couldn't be here today, but he sent this to me. So I will read it for you. So use your imaginations. This is Jeroen speaking now. So dear Engineer Brouwers, dear Dirk, a bit more than a year ago, you contacted me for a graduation project. You were aware of the graduation work of Joep van Rooij and indicated that you were interested in a similar kind of industrial challenge. We are working together with Philips in a nice European project called Transact. And in February 2023, you started your Master in Science work in this context. You started to get acquainted with the Azurion Röntgen scanner of Philips, an image-guided intervention platform that allows surgeons to inspect the internals of a human body to safely and effectively carry out their interventions. You have worked on the research question to move intensive computational tasks that run on such a scanner to the cloud without jeopardizing safety. You embarked on this challenge in an energetic way, but soon experienced the stubbornness of it. The safety of the systems depends on the time it takes for the cloud to execute computations, and this time is difficult to predict and manage. Nevertheless, you managed to discover a way to manage this complexity and developed an elegant framework that combines timing prediction. Based on message sequence charts with timing management based on the QRM language. You demonstrated the effectiveness of your framework by showing that timing in a scanner can be minimized by dynamically switching between alternative compression algorithms dependent on the available communication bandwidth. With this, you have developed a foundation with which we would like to continue in our research. A very nice result. Dirk, you are a hard worker, a really go-getter, you are reliable, and a very pleasant person to work with. It is now time to leave the university and seek out an interesting industrial opportunity. I am very confident that you will be successful in your future career, just as you were successful in your Master in Science project. Dirk, remains for me to congratulate you and your family with the engineer's title and wish you all the best for the future. I also would like to thank Philips, and in particular Ivo Kanyes and Danny Routers, for their excellent supervisions and for the trust they have put in our research group. Jeroen Wooten. Congratulations.
So, Laura, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Dear graduates, dear students, dear family, friends, and dear supervisors, my name is Laura and I'm the chair of GWIS, which is a study association for all computer science and mathematics students here at DOE, but I'm also here representing Pattern, which is a study association for data science students. After every great accomplishment, there should always be a moment of reflection, and I think today is the perfect day for it. To get this diploma, you had to work very hard and sacrifice a lot of things in your life, maybe more than you even realize. I'm sure that it was not easy, and so the dedication and motivation that brought you to this stage today should deserve a very special recognition. However, today should also be a point of your life where you flip a page and see what life has in store for you. And I'm sure it's nothing but a bright future, perhaps as a PhD student or with a job in the industry. I hope you had fun along the way. I hope that your student days were filled with a lot of nice moments and experiences you're going to remember for the rest of your life. And I hope that Pattern and GWIS could be part of your path. However, with that diploma in your hands come also many and great responsibilities. And they're not fun as your student life was. So if you think that in the future you are going to miss and want to remember this part of your life, I kindly invite all of you to join ADA and our alumni events. And for all data science students also sitting here today, on behalf of Pattern, I would like to congratulate you on this wonderful achievement. And to you, Jonas, know that your role in the fourth board of Pattern has been very impactful and that the Pattern would not be here today without your hard work and dedication. And to conclude, once again, on behalf of GWIS and Pattern, I want to congratulate you and I wish you nothing but a bright future and a lot of success. Thank you.
Dear Masters of Science, with reference to the words of the previous speakers, and on behalf of the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science and Electrical Engineering, I would like to congratulate you and your families on your degree. I wish you every success and good fortune in your future career. Your academic title also comes with responsibilities towards society, and therefore I will now read out the Code of Conduct. The scientific degree of master involves duties as well as rights. As a holder of this degree, you are committed to the standards of scientific integrity, trustworthiness, intellectual honesty, openness, independence, and societal responsibility. These standards are described in more detail in the Netherlands Code of Conduct for Research Integrity and in the Eindhoven Code based on it. You also have duties towards society. You must be clear about the boundaries of your own expertise, and you must communicate honestly and independently about the results of your work, including potential risk associated with it. You are committed to the ethical codes for research and design involving human subjects or animals. Dear relatives and supporters, our photographer will now make some pictures of the candidates and the committee members. If you want to take pictures as well, please come forward. Otherwise, I would like to kindly ask you to leave this room, go up the stairs, and wait outside to congratulate the graduates. Drinks and bites will be served at the Hubble, and there are also some wristbands with which you can get free drinks. Thank you for joining us in the diploma ceremony, and which I hereby close.